Okay, I've started making your Omni tab with some of the tiles that you're asking for. I just wanted to show you where we're at right now. So this is the list that I'm going off of, and right now I'm really just focusing on the distribution section because some of the functionality for maintenance is not up and running. So I'm just kind of concentrating on 1 through 6 here, and I don't have them all, but I'll show you what I do have. So I'll go ahead and cover logging into Omni just in case we need a refresher. So I just have a blank Chrome browser up, and I'm going to go to ccwater.okta.com. It'll prompt me for my username and password. I have LastPass set up on the computer, so mine goes in automatically. You'll actually have to put yours in there. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on the icon for Setaroo. And you see that opens another browser tab and puts us on the Setaroo landing page. It'll come up and prompt for CCWD portal credentials, but if you click this, your credentials will go straight through because you've already logged in to Okta. And then it gives you the option to, probably all these will grayed out except for Omni Next on yours. I have access to Studio, but you want to go ahead and hit Omni Next, and that'll open a third tab and load up Omni. Now this takes a moment. Now you probably see something similar in that, the tabs along the left-hand side, they're in a certain sequence, and this sequence is probably not what you want to see. So down here, this Matthew distribution tab 1, that's what I named it. If you want me to change the name, that's easy. But on your tab, if you come down here and click on it, you can drag it up and make it the first tab, so that when you load up Omni, it'll always show here as your first tab to select. So that's pretty convenient that you can sort of drag and drop these into the order that you want them to be. So what I got here is I have one tile here for all active leaks. So these are all leaks, and I'll show you how this tab works. In the query here, it's any work order that's in planning, waiting approval, not canceled, but approved, environmental hold, basically anything. We'll go ahead and update with contractor 2 and environmental hold here. Basically anything except for requires approval to complete, canceled, or completed. So basically any status that basically says that this leak is not done. It's not done, and it's still, in quote unquote active state. And then the work type, I've selected all of the different like fire service, hydrant line, main line, service line, system line. So basically all of the leak work orders for each asset type. So that's what's driving this tile. And when we click on it, it shows you each of those 4 leaks that are currently in the system. Now, I think some of these leaks are actually done, and the distribution crew has neglected to close out the work order. So I've sent an email to Jake asking about these, but I think a few of these should be in the closed rather than still active. So for your large valve program, I have the large valves work orders PMs that are completed with a date range of calendar year 20 to 25. And here's the large valve PMs that are cycled but not done yet. So you can see we have roughly 15% of them done for this cycle between the year 2020 and the year 2025. And then this tile here is our site restorations. Oh, I'll go ahead and show you. I'll go ahead and click that off. So if you want to see which ones are done, we can see which ones are done. If you want to see which ones are left to do, I don't know if this would be useful to you, but you can kind of see graphical representation of where those work orders are. And then the site restorations, we'll go ahead and hit that. And here's the restorations that, basically say, what the address of the job was, site restoration, and this is an asphalt restoration needed. This is an asphalt restoration, again, an asphalt and a concrete. So you can see these, and if you wanted to, you could come in here and look at this, see what what leak this came from. Like, so in this case, this leak here, which is the Ruth Drive leak, has 2 restoration forms. So there's a restoration form here for concrete, and there's a restoration form here for asphalt paving. So both of those, so there's 2 restoration forms for this one, because there are 2 different types of restoration that need to be done. And then hydrants out of service. I made this this tile for you. I set it up to look at where the in-service state is set to 0, but this functionality is not working yet. So as this functionality comes online and we start setting the in-service state to out of service, it actually writes that 0 into the CMMS. It'll start counting these. Now, I don't have any terms around this for how long it's been out of service. That's probably going to have to be a report that we run out of Maximo if we really need to know how long it's been out of service. But it does, when you set it to out of service, it does timestamp it. So we will be able to set that up if you need it. You just need to let us know if that information is important to you, you want that, and how often you want it. We can write that report, put it on a scheduler so that it runs at whatever interval you want it to run at, and then automatically emails you with the results of that. So we could set that up for you. So far, this is what I have. And again, building it off of this list. So number of active leaks, that one we got. Large valve cycling percent complete. So I got the number done and the number left to do. But I can't do that math on the tile, but we can very quickly do the math either in our head or just throw it in the calculator. Number of hydrants out of service. Again, we talked about that. Number of leaks waiting for basically site restoration. So we got that one nailed. The RP, repairs and installation. I sent out a reminder to Jake and Sean asking for final comments on that form that I've built in the test server. If they're good with it, I'll build that in production and then I can get you a tile on that, no problem. And then the number of leaks under investigation. We'll probably have to talk about this. There's no clean way right now that I can think of that says, that this leak is under investigation. Now there's a task list and I can probably key it off of whether the leak investigation is complete or not complete. That would give us an indicator that it's still under investigation, because the first 2 things that should happen is we record the initial leak information and then we go out there and investigate it. At that point, it may stay not done. It may stay in the waiting for schedule for quite some time if we're holding the leak. But the investigation and the initial leak information should be completed. So I could probably create that, but that's functionality again that I'll be testing with the Setaru folks on or around February 15th. So before I can really build you a tile for that, we got to get that functionality online. And I think that's going to nail your first 6 needs here in terms of what you want the system to show you, sort of quick and easy on your tiles. So anyways, take a look at this. Let me know if I'm going in the right direction or if I understood what your needs were correctly. But again, this is built in production. You should be able to see this. You could log in and move this up to the top, and you can start using this now. And then as your needs evolve, just let me know as they change, and I'll try to change the tiles to match them or add new tiles. All right, thank you.